talk 3 things you learned last year. Tough year last year.
So I think number one, stick to the numbers. Okay. The numbers are what matter.
Yeah.
Go into a deal with a solid strategy and stick to that strategy. I think that's easy to walk away from, to step off of, which will lead into my next one, which is partnerships. If you have a partnership, make sure it's a good one. Make sure you are on the same page, you have the same goals.
Men.
I mean, both of us have experienced bad partnerships.
Yes.
And they will make you mad. Absolutely insane.
Well, and I want to add too, make sure the partner brings something that you don't. That's so incredibly important. If they don't really bring anything to the table, leave them out of the equation.
Absolutely. I think that's where a lot of people go wrong. Oh, I can JV this with somebody else. And are you compatible? You know, a lot of people don't realize just because they may bring something, you may not be a compatible personality type. And so that is something to consider, because if you go into a deal with a plan, with a structure, with a strategy, and the partner doesn't agree and doesn't want to change that, how does that change your deal? How does that change the dynamics? And so these are the things that can really affect bottom dollar, you know, and whether you make money or lose money, you know. I mean, I just saw one this morning where I lost money because of strategy.
Yeah,
So,
a partner can make a deal and a partner can break a deal.
exactly.
And I've been in a good deal, but because the partner was such a pain in my backside, I let it go for less just to be rid of, you know, the stress.
Mhm.
Like partnerships are huge.
Absolutely, especially in real estate, there's a lot of it out there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of opportunity, and I can think of a couple other people who's had some partnerships. Some of your team members have had partnerships in the past that we've talked about. It's like, oh my gosh, you know, we've all got those stories. I've got some really good partnership stories, but I've got some really awful ones.
Me too.
Exactly. I mean, we've had some talks about, you know, former partners, and it really can. They can really change the dynamic, your whole plan, your path, you know, whether you're profitable or not. And honestly, time, like, and this rolls into my next one, time. I think one of the things that I'm focusing on for 2026 that I did prep for at 2025 is time. You know, am I using my time to the most valuable part possible? You know, I caught myself towards the end of the year. I was having, as we've discussed, I was having some craziness going on. I caught myself not using my time the most valuable way. I was getting tasks done, but tasks I probably should have paid somebody else to do because I could have done other tasks that were much more valuable. And so time management, time skills. In this industry, it's easy to get hung up on just the numbers. I mean, I know your schedule, I know my schedule, and we talk about this a lot. Our time is limited. We have very little free time. I mean, we talk at the butt crack of dawn many days because that's the little bit of time we have while we're working out.
Yeah.
Quite often.
Well, and I agree with you in that we need to be farming off tasks that are beneath us. Like I tell many times, property management, like it's really not worth your time. You don't have the efficiencies that I have. But like the other thing I've learned too is that we get so stretched out. We need to finish one thing before we start another. We're going live. We're on YouTube live.
And that's the thing. It's very easy to get a task going.
Yeah.
Get it halfway done.
And get excited about it.
Get excited about it.
Right.
And then get your next task that is exciting and forget the first one.
That's right.
And I did that so many times last year. I caught myself towards the end of the year. I was like, oh my gosh, I got this done, this undone, this undone, this undone. And so, I mean, I'm actually bringing on somebody to help me with finalizing tasks because I love getting into stuff. I like trying that new thing and expanding. But once and my case in point is I love buying houses. I'm great at buying houses. But once I own it, I'm like, I'll get it sold eventually sometime.
No, sir.
And so I'm bringing in somebody to do dispositions because I will sell them. I always sell them, but it is not the bigger priority. And that's what I've discovered. I'll be like, oh, it can wait till tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And it really can't, you know? Yeah. I mean, and so.
One of my words has been discipline. I've got to have the discipline to finish what I have going on because my phone is going to ring and I am going to get excited about the next deal. But I've got to finish putting out the deal I had in front of me. I've done that before where I go, oh, it took me 2 extra days to push out a deal when all I had to do was just finish, you know? So I agree with you. And the other thing is you don't want to waste your valuable time on something that you don't complete. And then just don't even start if you're not going to finish it.
And that's the worst part. I've got a couple of things that had really great potential, but because I just didn't finish them, they never got done.
That's
and
right.
and I've one of them I'm actually bringing back from the dead in the next week or two. And it's embarrassing to know how close to being done on that one I was, and I just didn't, because I had other things that became priority. I just at the time thought they were a higher priority, and they were high priority, but not that high. Getting that thing done would have been a lot more benefit, but it's hard, especially in the moment, to recognize that. So,
well, and I got halfway through a giant rehab in 24, and I wanted to stop. Financially, I needed to stop. Mentally, I was done. And then what I realized was once I stopped, squatters moved in and some other things started happening. And I was forced to finish that project, which I probably would have extended another year if I could have, financially speaking. But now that the whole thing is done, it's been the biggest blessing in my portfolio, and so I didn't love what I went through to get it done. But that word finish, I think, is very powerful. And that's one of my biggest words this year is discipline. And I'm going to finish.
I agree.
So, hey, here's to a really good 2026, Mike.
Cheers.
Thank you. Got to drink to that now.
I think there's opportunity. So
there's always opportunity. No matter what the market's doing, there's always opportunity.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's I always